Here's something that will shock you. Alabama's prison system locks up more people per capita than any other country on earth, including authoritarian states like Russia and China. Today, we're exploring how this crisis developed and a radical proposal to fix it.
Those numbers are staggering. We're talking about 790 adults behind bars per 100,000 residents, the fourth highest rate in America. But what's happening inside those prisons is even more disturbing.
Well, let me paint that picture. In just 1 year, Alabama prisons saw 7 suicides, 40 attempted suicides, 6 homicides, and over 1,700 assaults. The homicide rate is 6 times the national average.
Hmm. And from what I understand, there's a massive drug crisis too, especially with this synthetic drug called flakka causing deaths and overdoses.
That's right. And here's what's really troubling. Up to 80% of inmates have substance abuse problems, but only a tiny fraction receive any treatment. The system is basically a warehouse for people with addiction issues.
So tell me about this reform proposal. It seems to take a completely different approach.
Well, it creates this fascinating 4 level system that actually focuses on rehabilitation. Level 1, called Revive, starts with intensive counseling and structured daily routines. You can't move up until you've completed counseling and gone 6 months without any disciplinary issues.
And then at level two, rebuild. That's where the real transformation begins, right?
Exactly. Inmates get improved living conditions but have to earn them through education and training. They're required to get their GED or associate's degree, plus learn a specific trade. We're talking everything from computer programming to culinary arts.
You know what really caught my attention? The economics of this proposal seem revolutionary.
Oh, yeah. Right now, Alabama spends about $87.23 per day, or $31,837 annually per inmate. Under this proposal, inmates would work real jobs, contribute to their room and board, pay into a victims advocacy fund, and save money for their release. The proposal estimates this could cut costs by 30%.
That's exactly the kind of innovative thinking we need, addressing both the human and financial costs of incarceration.
And here's something fascinating. If an inmate works for 5 years under this program, they could leave prison with $12,000 in savings, marketable skills, and everything they need to restart their life. ID, driver's license, bank account, the works.
Well, it seems to draw some inspiration from the Norwegian system, but specifically adapted for Alabama.
Right. It takes successful elements from places like Norway, but designs them to work within Alabama's existing infrastructure. For instance, it includes detailed plans for transforming the physical environment, first replacing bars with more normalized settings, adding positive affirmations to the walls.
So, what about the staff? Because that's often overlooked in prison reform discussions.
That's actually one of the most interesting parts. The proposal includes better pay and benefits for correctional officers, including 4-day work weeks and college tuition assistance. You know, these officers essentially serve time themselves. Many spend more hours in prison over their careers than the inmates do.
That's a perspective I hadn't considered before.
Well, think about it. A full time correctional officer works about 52,175 hours over a 25-year career. That's nearly 6 years of actual time inside. The proposal recognizes that improving conditions for staff is crucial to changing the whole culture.
Looking at the current situation, with three Alabama cities among the nation's 100 most dangerous, it's clear something needs to change.
And that's really the heart of this proposal. It's not just about making prisons less horrible, it's about fundamentally changing their purpose. Instead of places that make people worse, they become places that give people real tools to change.
The spiritual component seems significant too: daily meditation, personal accountability.
You know, research shows those spiritual programs can help reduce prison violence and improve behavior, but it's just one piece of this comprehensive approach that includes mental health treatment, education, job training, and even family connection through conjugal visits.
With 335 prison deaths in 2023 alone, can Alabama afford not to try something different?
Well, that's the big question. The proposal makes a compelling case that we can create a system that's both more humane and more effective. But like any major reform, it requires political will and public support. The real test will be whether Alabama is ready to move from a system of pure punishment to one of genuine rehabilitation.